All right, this is the a friend of our of the channel here, Leaf X, and he says Star Citizen's new tech is better than you realize.
Depth, impact, history, and story. These are the hallmarks of creating a world that feels alive and lived in. Star Citizen has the dreams of becoming exactly that. To achieve that goal, there are many systems and features that need to be built in, some being
Many.
absolute pillars to the experience.
Which
One of
we're
these
at.
core techs is called Persistent Entity Streaming, or
Yep.
PES for short, and it finally got implemented into Star Citizen's live build in patch 3.18. Without too much thought, this is incredible already. Your ship won't despawn, items you drop for friends stick around, and overall, you stop feeling like you're racing the game. But I think at a deeper level, PES isn't just persistence, it's life. The verse now feels like it has a story to tell, a history to share.
Yep.
In a world where players can affect the lore,
Yes.
economy, and overall experience other players have,
Yes.
making sure that's represented by the gameplay experience
Yes.
and not just lore posts and text logs is incredibly important to allowing the player to feel the immersion that CIG intends for the game. Let me tell you a story. When I was playing, I came by Port Olisar. I saw something I'd never seen. Multiple Idris, hammerheads, and a slew of about 30 other ships sat before me. Some destroyed, some wandering, others with bodies floating in space around them.
Wow.
I don't need text logs to let me know some real ish went down here. A few ships had been salvaged, and a few bodies rummaged, indicating that the fight was relatively fresh.
I love it.
But some time had passed.
I love
I
it.
took the opportunity to buy a salvage tool and wander through the somber scene, my curiosity wondering what had happened.
Yep.
The air of mystery allowing my imagination to run and my logic to try and form some sort
Do you see the difference in the presentation? Do you see the difference in thought? You know, this is why I love Leaf, man. He's not even viewing this as trash right now. You know what I mean? He's going deeper. Like that's what I love. That's what I respect. This type of coverage of the game is why I think people like Leaf should have 5 times more views than Morphologist because of what he's presenting here. This idea, this persistence is not just garbage. You see the difference? You see how Morphologist presents it as like a garbage pile, right? And you see what Leaf is doing, right? Like it's the same thing. Realistically, you're looking at the same thing, but you have 2 different perspectives from 2 different people. And I more gravitate towards the opinions of Leaf than I do Morphologists.
of conclusion. PES allowed me to experience a story that was not scripted or planned by anyone.
Yes.
It was a story that emerged from the actions
Yes.
of other players.
Yes.
And honestly, if it was
God
NPCs
bless
fighting,
him.
that's
I
still
love
freaking
Leaf.
cool.
I
and
love
it made me
Leaf.
feel like I was a part of a living universe.
Yes.
Imagine now.
Yes.
This happening across cities, planets,
Yes.
and solar systems. PES doesn't just add convenience, it adds personality to the verse.
Yes.
It makes it feel deeper. More
Yes.
immersive.
Yes.
It sparks your imagination and allows you to discover more about the stories
Yes.
unfolding around you.
Yes.
With PES, you can make an impact on the world that lasts beyond your play session. You can leave a mark that others can see and interact with. You don't want to fight a battle that leaves no traces behind. You want people to see the effects of the story you just told them. I imagine you're all thinking of cool potential effects this can have, and the stories the verse might one day tell as they add more features to the game, all held together by persistence. This wasn't intended to be some really long, well-put-together video like a video from Morphologist or Space Tomato that goes in depth into the entire history of development of the game.
It's just
But
about
having that
heart.
Experience made
That's why I
me
love
feel
him,
like
dude.
I needed to get this out there. And to
Dude, it's about heart. It's about the passion. It's about being a gamer and feeling connected to your experience. You want, all this fucking metaverse talk, right? You know how they completely took this idea of crypto to bring it to gaming, and they've completely like presented it incorrectly and messed up the perception of it, of what it's supposed to be. Listen, metaverse is the connection that you have to your character in the game. It's always been there. Metaverse was around in the 80s and the 90s. Metaverse has been around since the beginning of gaming. It's this idea of you being connected to the character, to your experience. It's the heart. It's what makes games fun. He's absolutely right to focus on that. How many times do you hear content creators talk about the, the technicals and all the hurdles and all the obstacles, and it makes you start to feel like, wow, like it completely downs you sometimes. That's why I like Leaf's content. Focusing on what matters to gamers, focusing on the heart.
To convey that I really think persistent entity streaming will continue to wow us the more we play this game. PES is immersion. It is impact.
Awesome.
It is story.
Yes, sir. You're not gonna hate me.
Dude, go over to my friend Leaf. I love him. He's actually quite an amazing Rocket League player. I didn't even know that. I was checking out what else he was up to, and apparently he's a big deal in the Rocket League world. But he slid over to Star Citizen a couple years back. Met him through the content, through you guys, and he's a friend of the channel. He's a cool dude who brings about a positive perspective, and really he hits hard, man. So go over there, like the video. I'm gonna say awesome job. I definitely support content creators that bring this type of perspective to this journey, because it's easy to make hater bait. It's easy to make that clickety clack. It's easy to monetize people. It's easy to use and monetize people with the hater bait. Really is. It's hard to do what Leaf is doing and others. And I find that, interestingly enough, the ones who are really passionate about this aren't getting the views. And it's a shame. So go over there, go say good job. I'm going to say awesome video, my dude. And I'm going to let him know that we watched it. Keep it up, Leaf. Love the content, bro. Love the energy. Love your vibe, man.